For years, Criss Angel has carried one accusation he could never fully shake: copying David Blaine. But the question has always lingered. Was he simply inspired by Blaine's groundbreaking work, or was it something much closer to obsession? Back in 1997, David Blaine changed magic forever. His special street magic wasn't flashied with flashy costume or elaborate props. Instead, it was raw, intimate and real. Illusions performed on the streets in front of everyday people. That stripped-down approach stunned audiences and made Blaine an instant sensation. Practically overnight, he became the face of a new era of magic. At the same time, Criss Angel was fighting to find his place. Performing Mindfreak shows in New York, hustling to build an audience, and eventually landing a deal for television specials, he was finally starting to break through. But just as his career was beginning to take shape, Blaine's Above the Below stunt, where he lived suspended in a glass box over London, was dominating headlines around the world. Not long after, Criss performed his own hanging stunt in New York. To many, the similarities were impossible to ignore. Critics accused him of copying Blaine's act, though Criss insisted he'd been planning it for years. But to fans, it looked like the beginning of a pattern, Criss following in Blaine's footsteps with stunts that felt just a little too familiar. Blaine kept pushing his body to unimaginable limits, frozen inside a block of ice, buried alive and holding his breath underwater for record-breaking times. Criss responded in his own way, crafting grand theatrical illusions built on spectacle and production value. Some praised him for bringing magic into a more dramatic modern space. Others argued he was simply borrowing Blaine's ideas and dressing them up to look bigger. As the years went on, accusations only grew louder. Critics claimed Criss's promos and performances looked like Blaine's concepts repackaged. Online forums turned into battlegrounds, with fans debating whether Criss was the future of magic or just an imitator. But instead of retreating, Criss leaned into the rivalry, proudly declaring himself the true evolution of the art. Their tension was no longer rumour, it was part of the show. Then came one of the strangest moments in their story. In 2002, during one of Criss's New York shows, David Blaine was in the audience. After the performance, backstage, Criss removed a diamond ring worth around $20,000 and gave it to David as a gift. The gesture shocked fans. Was it a sign of respect? A peace offering? Or was it the ultimate acknowledgement of just how deeply Blaine's shadow loomed over his career? Criss Angel built his fame on spectacle and television drama, while David Blaine set the standard for modern endurance-based magic. And even today, the debate hasn't gone away. Was Criss Angel truly an innovator carving his own path, or was he forever chasing the legacy of David Blaine?